you bought a travel ticket lately? Well, if you have not, let me tell you. As Nigerians are preparing for the holiday season, air travel costs have become a major talking point. Many passengers are confronted with significantly higher fares on popular routes, while less trafficked routes remain comparatively affordable. In some cases, fares have gone up by as much as, wait for it, 300%. As of today, a one-way ticket airfare from Abuja to Anambra State stands at 500,000 naira. That's $500,000 naira. The disparity raises questions about airline pricing models, seasonal demand, operational costs, and regulatory oversight, all of which directly impact travelers' budgets and access to safe, reliable air transport.
That's right. Now, this one is actually very passionate about this because I know you recently had to buy a ticket.
The shoe pinches.
I have chosen the let me not say the easiest way, because even that is not easy, traveling by road. Okay, so what is the role of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission when there are allegations of exploitative policies? Well, we have Ijagwu, the Commission's Director, Corporate Affairs, is joining us now. Thank you for having you on News Night tonight. So I guess the fundamental question is, what exactly is the FCCPC doing to protect Nigerians from what looks like exploitative moves on the part of airline operators? What exactly are you doing? I know that you've set the ball rolling on some investigation. What are you discovering so far?
Okay, yes. One of the things we do, we are mandated to do, and which we're doing, is to monitor economic activities as well as market conduct. And that is exactly what we're doing at the moment. We're monitoring what is happening, and we also have opened and expanded an investigation, which we commenced sometime in the past. We had to expand it because a number of triggers could actually occur and then get us to act. In this case, consumer complaints is the trigger. We've had a lot of complaints in our office. We know that consumers are not having it easy, and as a result, we have commenced and expanded our investigation. So we're monitoring, and so far we are gathering information. We are not making discoveries yet because these things will have to happen in stages. First, we would have to gather information, and when we gather information, we analyze, and then we could also have interrogatories in the course of our analysis. When we do that, then we'll make our findings. And when we make our findings, we'll make them public.
Is there a timeline for this? And I mean, what then is the reprieve for consumers, particularly this Yuletide season? If you have not made any discoveries as at now, when are you likely to make any discoveries? And would you even make any discoveries? Because the businesses, on the other hand, have their own complaints. Yeah. They say taxes,
multiple taxes,
servicing of their aircraft abroad, and it is a long list of issues.
That is very easy to investigate. The reason is that if things haven't changed from where they were, and suddenly we have some dramatic and drastic changes in the pricing of their fares, then definitely we can always figure things out. And there are a number of things we could do because we're looking at it from different ways. One, we're looking at market conduct, like I said. So are there things like price fixing? Are there things like a collusion on the part of the operators? We also look at things like abuse of market dominance. When we look at abuse of market dominance, so we look at all of these things, and then consumer welfare is part of it. Because one, how are consumers treated? Is the pricing methodology opaque? Is it transparent enough? Are consumers able to tell why they are paying more? Because one, has there been things like a jump in the price of fuel? Has there been a jump even in the taxes that they are complaining about? If these things are not like that, then definitely we'll be able to arrive at certain findings and would penalize when it becomes quite obvious that certain infractions have been committed.
Is there a template in terms of penalties if after you've investigated and you find this airlines culpable, you know, doing what is not in the interest of the consumer. Are there, you know, penalties? What exactly are the penalties that are available, you know, for this misbehaving airlines?
Okay, first, let me even say that at this point, definitely we could issue things like cease and desist order. We come up with things like notice of compliance, and then a whole plethora of things that could happen. So if it goes beyond that, then we'll be going into enforcement. We'll know that definitely, to some extent, if we're able to arrive at our findings quickly, we may not need to go into enforcement. But if it doesn't, and it drags, and consumers suffer all the pains, then definitely we'll go into an era of enforcement.
Are the airlines cooperating with your investigation? And I mean, time is of the essence. What's that they say about delayed justice is denied. I mean, consumers are paying for these high prices now, leading to the Yuletide. So will there be, I mean, is refund part of your mechanisms? And are they cooperating?
Yes, the airlines have no choice. They must have to cooperate. And like I said, there are certain interim measures that we could take. Yes, which is like the compliance notice that I talked about, and then the cease and desist order before we talk about sanctions. So if for any reason we make certain discoveries that will warrant penalties, we definitely would have to impose penalties. And when we talk about also things like refund and or rather not, okay, maybe compensation to some extent, because okay, let me also say that to the average consumer, what matters most is the final price. For us as a regulator, what matters is not the final price per se. It's of concern to us, but what matters most is the methodology that the operator is using to arrive at his pricing, at his fares. So if for any reason the operator is not able to convince us that these things were done within the confines of the law, then definitely we'll penalize.
Well, at least the National Assembly has, you know, weighed in. They recently called for an emergency over these high fares. Were you even consulted? Was the FCCPC consulted by the National Assembly?
I think
this emergency?
This takes some process too, so I believe they would contact us.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much. Ondaje Ijagwu is the Director of Corporate Affairs, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, joining us tonight.